My name is Nishat Anjum, and I'm a computer science major at Brooklyn College. I joined CUNY Codes in fall 2016. When I started, I was kind of at an intermediary level. I had done some code, and I had done an internship. I'd done 2 internships, but they're pretty basic, so I didn't really have like a lot of like field knowledge, I'd say. Like, I didn't really know what Agile was. I'd never really worked in Agile or Scrum or really worked on a really big technical project that from scratch and with a lot of other people. So that was one of the main things that I learned at CUNY Codes, was how to start off with just a basic idea, build a project, build a relationship with the other team members, decide how to go about that project, set up goals, have like stand-up meetings, and really work in an agile environment. Really getting those soft skills down helped a lot when I actually had to go into an environment, into a professional environment. Actually, when I was in that cohort, I got the opportunity to interview at Twitter, and I definitely remember that because they had flown me out to San Francisco, and the night before I was going to fly out, I had to tell John and Gregory that I wouldn't make it to the next session because I'd be going out there, and their enthusiasm and just their belief in me really helped a lot, because that was going to be my first real interaction with a major tech company. I'd never really interned somewhere, and I believe that was also like my second semester as a computer science student, so I didn't really have a lot of faith in myself. So they really helped me out a lot, and Gregory gave me some material to look over before the interview, and I aced it. So I came back, and I did intern at Twitter, and again, right before I was about to leave to go to intern there, I was speaking to Gregory, and gave me a lot of advice of like when he was out there in Silicon Valley, and exactly what he did to make sure that he succeeded in his internship. And I think that both John, Gregory, and Nikki, and everyone else in this program, they really want you to achieve, and they really want you to succeed no matter where you end up. And I really do think they played a lot in shaping my tech career here at CUNY. I definitely wouldn't have gotten a full-time offer from Twitter if I didn't really interact with them and like participate in CUNY Codes. I think that CUNY Codes is kind of like the perfect playground for a computer science student, especially at CUNY. And even like any college, you kind of learn these skills. They're the foundation for you as a programmer, developer, and engineer. But you don't really get to utilize these tools. I feel like a lot of the classes, they teach you majority of the foundation. They kind of give you the tools to become a programmer, a developer, an engineer. But you don't really get to play around with those tools, and it's hard often as a student to kind of find the time to do side projects, or and it's competitive to get an internship. So you oftentimes, like, students just kind of go through the classes and the curriculum, but they never really get to utilize the skills that they've learned until they try to applying for jobs. So I feel like CUNY Codes is kind of like the perfect laboratory, as a metaphor, to kind of see how they would do in the real world. And it's good because you're kind of in like this safe environment where you're just in a group, and you're in a team, and you're trying to build some sort of product or app or web app or whatever, and you have the support that you need, but you also get to see how much you've actually learned in class, and you get to even learn a lot of new things. Like, I remember when I was in CUNY Codes during my cohort, I never built an app before. I've never really interacted with Xbox. I've never really interacted with Xcode, and never designed an app in my life, but I did know Swift. I did know like a little bit of Objective-C. Like, I knew the code, but I never had actually like taken that step to build an app and develop it and see it through. And by the end of that, by the end of my time at CUNY Codes, we'd actually had like this fully formed app that you could use on your iPhone, and that was like an amazing experience. But I'd never gotten that in my class. So that's just one of the ways that CUNY Codes is great.